Hi. Hello, everyone. Hey, hey. Say hello. Tell me where you're from. Who's here? Okay, so my name is Luba Carlson, and I am the host here. And you guys will be painting with me. Hold on, let me see one thing. Yep. Okay, let me know if you can hear me. Probably you will be able to let me know that because if you can't hear me, then you won't let me know, right? Hi, Ninette. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. All right, so we're painting this gorgeous butterfly. I'm gonna give it like about 1 minute for it to warm up a little bit, just for people to catch on, and we will start. Hi, Ryan. Perfect. Very good. All right. Okay, so this painting, today's painting is the one without a tracer, no tracer needed. So I will take you step by step on how to create your own tracer or pattern or sketch for this one, and then we'll paint. So depending on the size you're working on. So my reference here is the 16 by 20. Hi, Linda. And my surface that I'm painting on tonight is acrylic paper, and it's 11 by 14. I wish I remembered. Hold on. Yes, 11 by 14, just to make sure. Okay. So if you're painting a 16 by 20, you will need 4 sheets of either printer paper or notebook paper, something like this. And you're going to put them together like a puzzle, like so. This way. Okay? And you're going to use whatever tape you have. Printer tape. That's no such thing. Painter's tape, office tape, whatever other tape. Hi, Leanne. Hi, April. April, yes, everything will be added into guides later. So I really don't like this light right now. Is the 7? This is not much better, is it? I moved my light a little bit and uh-oh. Okay, that was not a good idea. Let me bring this back up. That's not working. Sorry. Got it. Okay, not gonna move anything else tonight. Okay, so for 16 by 20, you're gonna need 4 pages, and you want to put them together and tape them together so you have one large sheet. Okay. Now I'm painting on an 11 by 14, and so for that I will just need 2 of them. Here's one, just enough, and here's the other one. So I'm gonna put them in together so that they match the size of my paper. They overlap a little bit, but that's okay. And I'm just gonna tape them together. Okay. I'm just using regular office tape. You can use whatever you have. Just tape it together. And then, you know what? I'm going to flip it over because there is a flap over here. I'm going to tape it also just to make it easier for myself to deal with it. Ah! Come back! Oh, no. Okay. All right. 4 9 by 12. So printer paper is 8.5 by 11. I'll probably still use 2 sheets and try and see the best way to fit. Okay? So now we have a large rectangular piece, and we're gonna fold it in half lengthwise. I used to be a paraprofessional in 2nd grade, and they always said that like one fold is a burrito style and one fold was a taco style. I could never get it. Like what? um, so I never really got it. What exactly the styles were, but we just fold this in half. That's quite simple, and then we're gonna eyeball this into thirds, kind of. Like that. 3. And the other side. Okay. And so I have this center fold and I have this in thirds. And I'm gonna use excuse me, I'm gonna use a Sharpie so you guys can see. If I find one, this is what happens when I organize my studio. Does it ever happen to you? You organize your desk and then you can't find anything? Hamburger fold and hot dog fold. See, but they were doing something with a taco. It totally makes sense, hamburger and hot dog. Okay, so I'm just gonna mark these lines so that for your visual, you don't need to do this. Just so you see what I'm doing. And I'm gonna go a little bit below this line over here, just a little below, and put a dot. And then I'm gonna draw a line. Oh, hold on. Yeah, this will work. Okay, I'm gonna draw a line all the way into one corner and then a line all the way into the other corner. Okay, now this is upside down. So this is gonna be the bottom wing and this is the top wing. So I'm just gonna flip this over to confuse you all and do this again. So here's my little lines. I want my top wing to be longer. So I'm gonna go down to this here, this line here, go up a little bit to put my dot. And just line and line. Does this make sense? Tell me how you're doing. Okay. All right. So then this over here. So you're gonna go the same distance again and kind of create like a half a petal, half a petal, half a circle maybe, right? And then the other part of her body. And then somewhere right here in this area, you're gonna add a curvy line and take it all the way up. And then you're gonna go to this part over here and add the wing. Or you can go and make your wing this shape. Or you can do, all wavy, whatever you like. And then we're gonna add the other wing and it's gonna go into her back like that. Okay. And we need scissors. Did I tell you guys that we're gonna need scissors? I don't remember. And we're gonna cut this out super carefully because we are creating a stencil. So I'm gonna cut on the inside to just give me a little bit more room to wiggle. I'm gonna decide on my shape for my wings. Probably something like that. Kind of like this. Bring this up here. Like that. And, and the head. Lost. I'm sorry, Leanne. I'll try again. And so what we've got here, we have the shape of the butterfly that we do not need. What we do need is this here. Like that. Okay? Do it again. Okay, so let's do a small one. Just real quick. Fold in half. Then in threes. Okay, then decide where you want your wings to start, probably somewhere here. That's your one line for the wing, that's the other line for the wing. Yeah, and you can really bring the head lower if you wanted to. Just add the body. And then starting from this point, kind of drag it over. And again, make your wings. Yeah, and then cut it out. So I hope everybody got it. This is the easiest way to make a kind of a primitive butterfly, which is symmetrical on both sides like this. Okay, so now we are going to set it in the middle and try and tape it on the outside so that it's not moving. Okay, so you can, if you're working on the canvas, you can use just regular office tape or washi tape or painter's tape or artist tape. The drawing part, do not try not to overthink this. Okay, so this is just a petal shape, curve and curve. Yeah, and right here you just go down and you kind of start the wave and you bring this up. Don't overthink it. And also, as you do this, you can try multiple times. You're still going to cut it out. It doesn't really matter. Okay. I'm going to grab my washi tape so that you guys can see that it's taped. So it doesn't turn invisible on you. Okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and tape my butterfly to my painting surface. Now, if you're painting on canvas, might be better to use artist tape. It probably would be stickier for you. Just kind of lay it flat and move from there. This is kind of a stencil, but we're not going to expect that it doesn't leak or bleed. It is going to bleed a little bit, but it's not going to matter. Maybe just a little. Okay. Maybe just a little bit. And you know, if not all parts lay down flat, sometimes it would happen. It's also okay. So right here doesn't want to lay down flat, so I'm just gonna kind of bring it together over here and just, you know, make it work. We're gonna work, I said. We're gonna make it work. Yeah, just work with paper. It's fine. It doesn't need to be perfect. All right. Here we are, all taped. Well, except for maybe the top part. Okay. Now the next step is kind of your creative part. You can use rainbow colors just like I'm going to be using, or you can use different colors. It's really all in the technique of how you apply paint and what you're going to do with it. So if you would like to use a different color palette, just, you know, go ahead and do it. It'll be fun. Now for the rainbow butterfly, we're going to use lemon yellow, warm yellow, or also known as primary yellow, which are different shades. I'm going to use phthalo blue a little bit. I'm going to mix it with white. And I'll use my cerulean blue. And of course, we gotta use the green, primary green. I mean, I'm looking at red and I'm saying green. Primary red, magenta, and some white. Okay, now this whole painting is, as I said already, oh, somebody just sent me an angry face. Oh, I'm sorry I made you angry. One more time. For what? For the drawing part? One more time. I just saw this. I didn't see it before. Look. Okay, ready? One more time. Here's your point of beginning. Here's where your wing is going. Just go like you would do an upside down smile. Turn this a little bit so it's easier for you. And just do an upside down smile. Okay? And then do a real smile and connect them. And there is your wing. Yeah? And then the other one. Start somewhere here. Go a little bit on the outside and then start waving, and bring it back. Okay? All right. Okay, I'm going to switch to the full desk view so you can see exactly what's happening on my desk, because it's easier this way for you to see what I'm doing. Let's bring this puppy up. There we are. Okay, so first of all, we're going to mix some teal if you don't have that. I really like mixing my teals. It's a lot of fun. I will use my palette knife for that. So grab the palette knife if you're mixing. I really like teal on this one. So here's the painting that I did the first one. This over here, like the background, and this and some spots here and there, they're teal. Or turquoise, depending on what you would call that. Okay? So for that, I'm gonna need white. So I'm just gonna move it right here. I know that I'll need quite a bit of white. I'm gonna grab a touch of cerulean blue and just bring it right here, and a touch of lemon yellow. And mix. Yeah. And I would like it to be a little bit more blue, right? I would like some more color on this. So I'm gonna wipe off my palette knife so that it's clean. Go back into my cerulean blue, grab some more, mix it in. Okay, this is still pretty light. This is very much like that coastal blue. Let's grab some more. Yeah, it's getting there. Okay. So now I'm thinking I would like to add a touch of phthalo blue to this, because phthalo blue is much bluer, kind of. So just on the tip of the knife, because this color can overwhelm easy. Okay, some more lemon yellow. And we've gotten some green. All right, I feel like I'm just gonna have to squeeze um, some of that cerulean blue directly on here, because I just keep bringing it, and it's not enough. There, now we're getting there. Yep. So in this group, I try to stick to the same set of paints, and then we just mix the colors that we need. I think, one, it's a good skill to be able to mix your colors. Two, it certainly helps your pocket, because you do not need to buy a gazillion different colors every time you try to paint something. All right. Okay, so the next part, we're gonna start putting color onto the butterfly. And then this is something that you can do two ways. The one that I did here on this painting, I just used a flat brush, and I'm gonna show you how. And the other way is you can use your palette knife, and I'm also going to show you how. So I think that maybe just for the fun of it, I'll do some with the palette knife and some with the paintbrush. How does that sound? So go ahead, grab a flat paintbrush, put it in the water, get the excess water off. Okay, so for the paintbrush, choose any color you want to start with. I'm gonna start with my phthalo blue. I'm just gonna grab some phthalo blue on the brush, okay? And I'm gonna hold it at an angle like this. And I'm just gonna add streaks going directly over that stencil that we created. And I'm gonna start on top of the stencil and bring my streaks inside into the butterfly like this. Okay. What are basic colors set that you stick to? Just the primaries, okay? So that would be white and black, lemon yellow, your primary yellow, that's, and then phthalo blue, cerulean blue, and primary red and magenta. That's like the easiest. I think it's the easiest set you can grab. Okay, and then you're gonna find a different spot for your cerulean, for your phthalo blue if you're using this color, and just add. Go into streaks. The trick here is to not put colors on top of each other while they're still wet. Okay, if we wait for them to dry, then it's easier to layer the colors. Okay, so I'm gonna wipe this off, clean the brush, and then I'm gonna grab my palette knife. I'm gonna do the same thing with the palette knife on this side. So I'm dipping my palette knife into phthalo blue and just gonna put it on there. It's a little bit of a different effect, yeah, but it's also interesting. And then I think, okay, that's enough blue. And now I'm ready for my next color. Red, orange, yellow, green, right? Let's go with, let's do lemon yellow. Just grab some lemon yellow on your brush and put some, just add some streaks. Right, I would hold the paper down like this with my finger and just add some more streaks. Clean the brush. Maybe grab my palette knife. This is super wet, but this could be fun to add something to it if you wanted to try and see. See, it kind of adds, it's like a whole different thing that you're creating here. If you're using your palette knife, or maybe you're using like an old plastic card or something. Yeah. Okay, guys, give me some of these, because all I'm seeing is an angry face on my screen and it's messing with my zen. I know, I hope it was just a slip of a button, and I apologize if I made you upset. Oh, thank you. Okay, thank you. I feel much better now. Thanks. Okay, so now I'm just gonna grab some red, a little bit of red. It wasn't me. Okay, Leon, thanks. Just kind of add and here and there, right? Just streaks and keep moving on. Keep moving. Okay. Thank you, Leah. And let's try on the other side, add some streaks with the palette knife. Somebody just joined and is asking me if the stencil is made of thinner paper or wax paper. This is just regular notebook paper. Nothing crazy here. Just notebook paper. I taped it together. Okay, time for my teal. I want some of that. Well, that's not really teal. It's not really turquoise either. Just an interesting color. Okay, and I'm starting to overlap a little bit here and there. I'm starting to get into the point where I'm running out of space. Yeah, because I already put some paints here and there. So I'm going to be adding layers, mixing things. Now you see how like when I start and when I finish with the palette knife, it kind of creates this very interesting kind of pattern. So I'm just going to go the other way now to make that happen. And see, yeah, fun, right? Somebody says, love the palette knife. Can you do an entire painting in the future using just the knife? That would be fun. Looks good so far. I love the blending. Yes, I absolutely love working with that, and it's a lot of fun. But when I work with the palette knife, I really prefer artist quality paints because they hold much better and the pigment is much better. Because here with the palette knife, even though, right, but you can still see it through a little bit because this is more of a craft quality paint. Okay. Leon says, couldn't figure out your notebook papers, so I took the printout of the one that you did and used that as a template. Hey, yeah? Yes, that's a way to be creative. That's a way to use what you have, right? Use what you have, do what you can. Love it. Absolutely love it. Okay, I'm gonna grab some more of that, what I was thinking, not some more. That's the first touch on magenta. Maybe put some here, maybe fill in a little bit there. And we really do not want to stop our strokes in the area where we think the thorax is going to be, or the abdomen, or whatever those things are called, because then it's going to show that, oh, they just stopped here. That didn't work, right? So just add some strokes and move on. But yes, we're going to cover the whole piece. Okay, let's grab with the knife. The scratch from the knife is so satisfying. Oof. So yes, like give yourself permission to be free and use whatever colors you want. I'm dipping into white right now because I want to add. I'm going to add a little bit of white here and there, right on top of the colors that we already have, just for the fun of it. Just layer. I'm now looking at it and I'm thinking I'm gonna have to paint another one. Really, like I'm gonna have to do another butterfly with just the palette knife now, because this is fun. Okay, so we have one question. Is a metal palette knife better than a plastic one? I think so. I also think it's a matter of preference, and also think it's a matter of how often you use one. If you're not ever going to use it ever again, then the plastic one is just fine. But I do know that plastic knives break a lot. So kind of your decision. Next question. Are we trying to completely cover the area? Yes. This is exactly what we're doing, and we're trying to do this without having the colors to blend, which is why we let them dry in between as we go. Okay, I'm going to grab some of this primary yellow, the warm yellow, and put it right next to lemon yellow. What this does is it creates a little bit of a shading on it, and it makes the lemon yellow brighter. How cool is that? Okay, let's do. Oh, I almost forgot. I have cerulean blue. Okay, I'm losing my patterns here. So I grabbed cerulean blue before I grabbed my warm yellow. So I'm just gonna go back and grab warm yellow. You can do this in any order, any rhyme or fashion, whatever works for you. Just do it. Just try to do this in the way that your colors don't blend. There's my cerulean blue. Which is super light. I think I'm gonna have to add a little bit of white to it. Doesn't look good. There. Okay. Which side do you like better? Do you like the brushed side or the palette knife side? Let's grab some more white with the palette knife. Okay. I think I want to add some lemon yellow right in here with my palette knife. Just to add a bright spot to it. I absolutely love it. Changing direction a little bit for the palette knife because it just adds a little bit of interest to it. I see. Brush, brush, brush. Palette side. Okay. Question: would you recommend to paint the canvas first with blue and then add the pattern? I would not. No. And here is why. Once you put blue on your background, then you have to cover it up. And colors like yellow and red and I'm talking craft quality paint, right? Magenta, you will have the hardest time trying to cover that up, trying to deal with that blue in the background. You do not want to do that. So I'm just adding some magenta. This is going to be super, that's a super easy one, isn't it? Grabbing some of that turquoise, whatever color we made, and I'm putting it somewhere in spaces where I already have it, but I am not seeing it very well. So I'm just adding a little bit more, and maybe in some other spots too. Okay, I want to make sure all of this side is in the middle, that it's all covered very nicely, because this is how I'm gonna know that, you know, nothing's gonna just stick out. Okay. And let's add a little bit of color here and there. Let's see, probably here, right in here. Try not to pick up anything else. Keep your color clean. And some on here. And I think I'm pretty happy so far with what I'm seeing. Okay. All right. Rinse your brush. Now, obviously, if you're working on a 16 by 20, this will take you longer. Also, if you're just doing the brush, this will take you longer because the palette knife goes much faster, right? It covers bigger area. Okay, rinse my brush, dry it off. Okay, so my next step is going to be taking the stencil off super carefully. And if something's leaked, it's not a big deal. It's a butterfly. Woo! Okay, so the stencil can go in the trash can right away. I do not need it for anything else. Find the trash can. Okay. If you have a blow dryer, this would be a good time to use it. You're just gonna blow dry this all to just make our lives easier, okay? I'm gonna mute my microphone for a few, just to not blare this into your ears, okay? Okay, and unmute. Okay. In most cases, I really like to say that in classes when I teach, but I totally forgot to tell you. You know, it usually looks ugly before it looks good. So, and is it Ninette? Ninette? Is it Ninette? How do you say your name? And like, yeah, of course, you can plug in and just tell me how you're saying your name. Oh my goodness. If I say it wrong, I apologize. But thank you. Thank you. And thank you. I don't know who said that. And thank you for loving this. I appreciate the good vibes, right? Okay, background. So what we can do like and I just forgot the word. Oh my gosh, it always happens to me while I'm teaching. You can do the darker on the top and then go lighter, lighter, and then to yellow and then to green a little bit. Right? Ombre effect. There we go. Ombre. Right? Or you can do anything really. You can do whatever other background you want to do. If you want to make a pink background, go for it. If you want to do if you want to do black background, oh my goodness, you know, do what you want, do what you feel called to. Okay, I'm gonna start my background with the top of my painting, and I'm gonna start with that greenish teal that we've made. So I'm just gonna grab directly from here, and I'm gonna try and paint carefully around my wings the best way I can, but I am not gonna worry too much if I get in lines a little bit. That's not a big deal because we're gonna change it. We're gonna add pretty thick outline to this. And so it's all gonna look good. Okay. So just start with your background, and how I like to do this. So I start moving it down a little. And then as I got down a little bit, I'm going to use the same messy brush and I'm going to dip it into lemon yellow. And just keep moving it down and up and back into there. And it will help me create this variation of color. And if I feel like this is not looking good, right, I can go back, same messy brush, grab some more of that teal, go back and work it in together. Work around my wings. A little bit more yellow and a little bit more teal. Just work it into there. Just kind of try and keep the same colors on both sides. And then I'm gonna go ahead and grab some white on that same messy brush. And just keep working that in. Kind of blend it in and then go below. And the same way, go around. Looks like I have a whole big blob of paint there. Yeah, here somebody says, so nice, thank you. Okay. Easy enough, right? It doesn't need to be perfect. Look, it's really like multiple strokes going all different ways, kind of working together. All right. So I'm going to wash my brush, and then we're going to hit this thing with a blow dryer again. I use my paper towels till they die, till I can't anymore. So, okay. All right. I'm going to mute myself again for the blow dryer. All right, now go ahead and squeeze some black onto your palette. Okay, and grab a smaller, like a medium to small flat brush, not a large one. Okay, so this is the one I've been using, and now this is the one I'm grabbing. So I've been using a 3/4 inch, and this is probably a 1/4 inch. Okay, just a small-ish. If you have something smaller, it will also work. It's pretty much the first one that I grabbed, so that's fine. Okay, make it wet. Take the water out onto your paper towel. Okay, now let's go find that butterfly that we cut out and kind of discard. Yeah, but we did not really completely discarded it, right? I hope you still have it. Leah's asking me, do the wings need white? I think so. I think what white does, white makes your color pop. It's like your highlight. It brings your eye to different colors. Like different option here. I think it's good to have white. If you don't like it, if you don't want it, then don't put it on there and see. Yeah? Don't be afraid to experiment. What did I do with my scissors? I would love to know. Here they are. Okay, so look. We're going back to that butterfly that we had, and we're gonna cut out that body. And here we are. The wings can sit on the side, but we now have a body. This is, I knew there was a reason for it. Yep. There is a reason for everything, right? And so then you're gonna find a spot where you like it. I like it here. Now, you can just hold it with your hand, or if you're like myself, who always moves things around when I don't want them moved, then just grab a tiny piece of tape. Make sure you're putting it on the area that is really dry, okay? and just tape it in a couple of spots, tiny pieces. And this way, nothing's going to be moving for the next step. Okay? I'm going to use my kind of small-ish flat brush, chisel tip. So I made the tip flat. Okay? Grab some black right on the tip. Brush it off onto your palette, just like that. Take off the excess. You just need just a little bit of paint. And we're going to carefully use that to help us outline the head and the rest of the body. And if it's not, like, it can get a little bit messy, but that's okay, because we're going to be going back with a round brush, and we're going to be doing this full on outline, making sure that everything's outlined the way we want it to be. So just go around like that, then lift up your mask, and you have the outline for the butterfly body. Okay, so you can use this brush that you've been using, or you can switch to something that's easier for you to use. But we're just going to take that and paint inside black. And it looks like I'm picking up a little bit of paint that's not dry yet. I am not going to worry about it. I'm just going to paint it, let it dry. And if I need to come back and add another layer of black, I will do that, because usually when I paint something black, I will have to do 2 coats anyway. So I'm not going to worry about that. There we go. That's a good idea. You could use a black Sharpie to outline if your hands are shaky. Yes, absolutely. Okay. So I'm going to rinse this brush for now. And I'm going to grab a medium to small round brush. And if you have different sizes, you can try and see what you would like to use. Okay, so I have a few different sizes, and I'm going to show you exactly what I mean, okay, when you pick up your size. So if I use this big size, the large one, and if I push it down flat, you see this is how fat the line will be, how thick the line will be. I do not want that, okay? That's too much for me. Now this one, let's see. Oh, that's probably okay, but probably a little bit too much still. How about this brush? This brush is better. I like the line that it will make. So this is how I pick the size, okay? And then grab some water on my brush. get it on the paper towel, and I'm going to load my brush with black paint. Okay, and now here I will tell you, rotate your painting so that it's comfortable for you to work. Okay, this is line work. Feel free, don't feel bad, don't feel like it makes you a bad artist if you have to rotate your painting. I am one of those who always moves my paintings. Yeah, so I'm gonna move it in a way so that it's comfortable for my hand to paint this line over here. And then I'm gonna go and turn it and go ahead and paint this over here. And if it's not full, I can always come back and add. Okay, and then another. And then I'm gonna turn again, do this part, come back, fix it. Obviously picked up some color here, not a big deal. And come back and fix this. Okay. For the antenna, I like to flip it upside down sometimes. It's easier. Start at the top of the head. And if you painted with me before, you know I do a lot of the low pressure, high pressure strokes. And so let me show you on a separate piece of paper here with our butterflies things. Right here, okay? Low pressure, high pressure. So you can apply low pressure like I'm doing right now, or you can apply high pressure to your round brush, and then low pressure and high pressure and low pressure, right? So if you would like to spend a minute maybe and practice that, then when we do the antenna, what you can do is, like, let's say this is the head, right? Let me grab some water. My brush isn't working very well. Here. So we have the head, and then we're gonna do low pressure, high pressure for the antenna as we're moving to the side on a curve. So we're gonna go low pressure and then high pressure, and then we're gonna stop. Okay? And then when we have that, we can always come back and like kind of fix that. Something like that. Okay? And then you're gonna do it on the other side. Low pressure, high pressure. And then you can come back with low pressure with just the tip and fix your little antennas. Okay, I hope this helps. Put this to the side, bring this back. Okay, little antenna. Gonna do low pressure, high pressure, stop. And here, low pressure, high pressure, stop. I think I got more of a she's like more like a moth now, not a butterfly. But okay, you can always use a thinner round brush if you wanted to get more control on that. Okay, so I cleaned up my brush because I just wanted to get black paint on the tip so that I can go back and fix that a little bit. I just like them rounded. Do they have to be rounded? No. Just do what you like. Okay. I'm gonna use my round brush because this is what I have. Add some black, some more black to the body. Make sure it's all nice and black. Now that I'm looking at it, I don't quite like how I did this. So I'm just showing you, you can change it, just little line. You just add a little line, a little bit of paint, and you can change it. And you can make it what you want. There's a little bit of spots. Okay. Blow dryer. Gonna blow dry this. Okay, gonna mute myself for a minute. All right, here we go. So next step is we're gonna need a small round brush or a liner brush, whatever you have, whatever you prefer. Small round brush. And we're gonna dip it into white paint. And we're gonna put a highlight on the top side of the wings. Both sides. Just light motion. Okay. Now on the bottom, a little bit over here and there. Okay. On the curvy part of your bottom wings, curvy part. And then we're gonna add highlight to the antennas, to the body. And a few here and there. And then, of course, just a little bit around whatever you have room for. You may have more room, you may have a little bit less room. I don't have much room. But okay. And then since it's, so I just did a blow dryer on it, so I think the tape will come off nicely. It's not coming off nicely. Hold on, I'm gonna hit it with this. Uh-oh, it got stuck. Okay. My heat gun got stuck in the cords. But it's all good. So I'm just gonna take it off and sign my name. You can sign your name with a Sharpie, with a marker, or if you'd like to use a brush, a small brush. Everybody likes to use their own things, right? Everybody have their own preferences. And so we have our little painting. Ta-da! All right. So I hope you had fun. Definitely share your paintings, show them, post them in the group. I will approve. I do approve posts in the group because people take advantage of a large group setting and think that they can post whatever. So, yeah. So this is it. I hope you had fun. Buy me a coffee. The buymeacoffee.com/Luba Carlson. Says, could you do another one but using a maple leaf for a fall painting? Lovely results tonight. Thank you. That is a great idea. You can do anything with this. You can do fall, you can do spring, like anything you can like do the outline of, you can do this. Okay? Okay. So if you have any questions, post them in the group and I will stay in touch. You are very welcome, Leah. And yeah, I'll see. Oh, gratia partem, people. I'll see you in an hour. Okay. Bye, everybody.